Greetings, Earthlings. This is the Ace and I Podcast, episode 59. I am JP Vargas,
I am Manuel Frutos.
and welcome to the show. Yay!
It's this one. That's enough.
Look what we got. Compliments of my wife, Naomi Martinez Vargas III,
Junior.
Jr.
They're nice.
Thanks,
man.
babe.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to shoot a text later, but we can say it right here. She'll hear it Wednesday eventually. So, right on, man.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Dude, busy fucking weekend. But as of today, again, it's Monday. You guys will see this Wednesday. We had an episode come out, kind of a surprise. Surprised us, too, as a matter of fact. Bonus episode that wasn't really planned out, but we were trying to work out some of the bugs for eventually when we do go on a road trip. Just kind of piecing together some footage of the weekend, basically. Well, at least Sunday.
Right. Yeah, it was a. Should we roll all the way back to Friday and go in chronological order, or does it matter?
No, let's go in cinematic. We'll do it like Marvel did and just fucking throw it anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah. First Iron Man. Go ahead.
well, that was it. I was going to start Friday, so that's not so cinematic, I guess.
Let's go in dramatic order. All right, let's go Friday.
Germanic?
Germany.
Well, real
Friday?
quick, I just wanted to make an announcement. I passed my second test, D2. Not a lot of motion went into it. This was kind of cool because, all right, do you remember when, well, first and foremost, I remembered that they had opened those doors early. And even though my first test was scheduled at 8, they were letting us in, wanding us and all that shit. Like
Cavity check.
fairly early. And I was taking that test 45 minutes before 8. So I knew this time going in, I'm like, man, I don't know what time they open up doors, but I'm going to go a little early. Well, I went walking in there at 7:15, and I was the first one there.
You're all trying to watch the trailers like a movie theater. Like, I'm going to get there early.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
So anyway, went in there, did my thing. I wore shorts. I dressed comfortably this time. No metal, no nothing. So I was like in there like that. By 7:30, I was taking this test. And this is fucking hilarious to me because this is typical. I had mentioned that on the last test, I had all this study material and it seemed like nothing matched what I was studying. And I had to fucking piece it together like I'm some kind of fucking Rain Man or something. Anyway, I started taking this test. Yeah, it was word for word the shit I was studying.
The first time?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, click, 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 click. And I would just went through that motherfucker like a breeze. And the only thing I noticed, and this was weird.
The first test material was on the second test?
No, I wouldn't call it first test material. It was my overall material.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I had the same overall material I used for both tests.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So some of the questions were word for word. So what I have fit the D2. And so I went through it like a breeze fairly quickly. The only thing was the math was harder. I don't understand that. I spent a lot more time on the math for the second test, the distribution grade 2, than I did with a treatment grade 2. And it could have just been my brain, but it just seemed like, fuck, I had to spend a lot of those last 15 questions I spent most of the time on. But the good thing was I was out of there in an hour and 15 minutes.
Same setup, calculator, scratch paper, all that?
Yep, it's all the same, ear, what do you call it? Noise. Earmuffs, whatever. I was in and out of there, by 9 o'clock. I was out of there by 9 o'clock. And I was on my way to Letty's. And I had the same kind of happiness, but I wasn't nearly as stressed. Oh, I can tell you one thing. When I was about to click that finish button, I was saying in my head, please God, please God, please God. Because I had this feeling like, okay, I'm all confident and shit, and I'm doing this and that. and it feels like it's a breeze, and they're gonna tell me I didn't fucking pass. So that was the only stressful point of that. And yeah, I clicked finish, and it says congratulations. I was like, phew, I was out of there, and I went right to the post office because they open up, down in Tower District. They open at 9 o'clock. So drove down there. I got my I can't that money order, and I sent that certificate request right away. So I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks I'll get both of them in the mail.
It was a certificate request with certified mail.
Yeah, and I had to pay for it, another $80 out of pocket. And but good news is I'm now dual certified through the state of California, and yeah, that's going to go a long way on these job applications. So yeah, so that was my Friday, and I did celebrate. So starting the weekend, I was drinking heavily on Friday because I had no Roman, and I didn't have anything to do except for just do shit at home. And I knew that the next day on Saturday I would have my little football draft, and then I would go to Mario's, and I knew we were going to have some people. Well, actually, we really didn't know if we were going to have people over on Sunday, did we?
Well, we expected Bob, really.
We kind of talked about it more on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, but that was my Friday, guys. I just want to make that quick announcement that all that test taking and studying is over, and now I can get back to my regular schedule in life. So,
no more study drinking, just regular drinking.
yeah.
Yeah. Right on. Well, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So Saturday, we're over at Mario's. Happy birthday again, Mario. Thanks for having everyone over. It was a great time.
It was his 50th.
Oh, yeah, 50th birthday. He didn't want everybody to know, though.
It was pasted all over the fucking party.
Well, there's that. Anyway, yeah, no, good times. Went over there, good people, good company, good party, and hung out. Drank a little more than we should have, knowing that we had some shit going on the very next day.
I was drunk before you.
Oh, dude, I know you were drunk when I got there. I know you.
It's because I had went to Letty's at 2, right, to get ready for I had my laptop set up, and I had already had 2 fucking talls and 2 margaritas made by Labette, and she threw an extra shot in that bitch. So I was feeling pretty fucking good by the time we were heading to Mario's.
I'm like, JP's already buzzed, and I know he didn't have to cook, so he's happy as shit right now.
And did you notice I was sitting the whole time in those misters?
Yeah.
I was getting so wet.
I didn't get the sweet
So
spot
wet.
with the mister, though, dude. Like within 5 minutes of sitting under one, I was all fucking drenched. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing was, well, the not so cool thing, but the best part of it was, you walk away from the mister for all of 2 seconds and you're fucking dry. That's how hot it was.
It was fucking gross, man. This whole weekend even today sucked ass. It was just sucking the life out of me. It was making drinking harder. Does that make sense?
You still power through though, buddy.
Yeah, I did, but still I feel like shit. It's like I'm supposed to be hydrating, but I want to just drink and enjoy the weekend, and
That's the hydrating, dude.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm supposed to be hydrating, but I wanted to drink, and it's fucking hot as shit. It's like, it's not a good mix, especially for somebody as old and fat and stupid as I am. You know what I mean?
Well, so Sunday, you're going to see the Cliff Notes if you, the Cliff Notes if you watch the episode 58, and that came out today again. Kind of a surprise for all of us, really, because went over, hit record, and just kind of tried to give that little trial run. We were talking about it, previously. We want to do a little road trip to some spots over down, well, not really south, huh? Is it south?
Yeah, kind of south, south mid coast.
Yeah. And so, just a little trial run on, working the camera and, just kind of being able to clip pieces together. There was a lot of editing, a lot of stuff that didn't need to be heard, a lot of breathing I had to edit out.
We couldn't really make it theatrical. We had shit to do.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, there was a lot of dead air where we're like, all right, don't fucking drill my hand, So stuff like that, which, we came out okay. Mm-hmm. And so...
I think I busted a knuckle or two.
You did, dude. I heard. You were like, oh...
It was all bleeding. And I didn't
fucking
even know.
Harbor Freight. That's all I heard. Yeah, so
fucking zipperheads.
I was like, well, they're not sponsors, so fuck them.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, well, we don't have any sponsors. Anyway, so You'd think Road would fucking get it by now with all the shit we have. But so yeah, no, it came along, dude. It was pretty cool. Just kind of going through the day, trying to put stuff together, and I mean that's a normal us for us. It's not like we're playing it up for any the recording or nothing like that. This is us just bullshitting all the time. And that had been the inspiration of, hey, let's fucking do a podcast, because that was the dumb shit we normally do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you guys got to see us actually in action, being dumb at our finest.
You see how fucking dressed to the part I was?
Oh, both of us, dude.
I was wearing jersey shorts, and like that's what I wear when I'm doing yard work or doing shit in the garage. Like I just throw in whatever.
Well, we weren't going to be fake on there for anybody.
No, and then I haven't got a haircut in 2 weeks, so I noticed that. I'm like, fuck, my hair's all fucked.
I know when I got there, I tried to give you spare change. I was like, who's this guy?
And Babe was kind of upset too. She's like, I'm like, this is my, my lounging kind of at home time. I didn't know I was going to be on camera.
Oh, shit, I didn't. Okay, my bad. Sorry, Naomi. I didn't really.
She looked fine. She looked fine. It was just a normal Sunday lounging. She didn't put on any makeup, and she was still kind of worn out from the day previous too. But she did say, "Did you?" It's a good thing I cleaned the garage, because she did. It looked chaotic, but that's only because him and I made it chaotic.
Yeah.
And then more people came and made it more chaotic. But she actually kind of straightened it up, because it was fucking hell when I got there in the morning.
Well, I did mention in the very beginning, I'm like, I don't know if JP knows or not, but I'm recording.
Well, I knew we were going to get together, and I wasn't 100% sure you were going to bring fucking equipment, but
yeah,
fuck, who cares? You know what I mean? It was a nice little backdrop.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
And we got our shit done. So, what I noticed too, like my shirt, I sweat, and I've talked about this before. I have sweat glands in like weird spots.
You had a happy face.
It looked like fucking Charlie Brown's shirt, dude. Yeah. It was like, and then I noticed like a little spot here and a little spot there. It did have eyes.
I was all dry the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, how come I didn't go swimming?
What's that about? No, but I was fucking sweating a lot. And then a couple times I went in the back to get some pickets. I was pounding. You can hear it on the episode. I was pounding the pickets, and I got sprinkler.
I was all mad. I thought you were under the mister without me. It turns out you're just sweaty.
Sprinklers got me a couple times when I was trying to get dismantle the old fence.
It was only in the crotch area, so it looked like you peed. I'm like, this fucking dude. Good times, dude. No, I'm sorry, Naomi. I didn't realize that.
She's supposed
to. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't want to be rude or.
Well, at least she actually had clothes on.
Well, geez, I didn't know we were building that kind of bar. I was like, I really got a call before I come over.
Just an update. If you guys haven't saw last episode, or you guys just fucking bypassed it, it came together, almost to what I had envisioned. Oh, here's the thing too. I didn't talk about was I came home drunk as fuck from Mario's party, and I think we got home about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I went right to bed.
It's kind of early, yeah.
And then I wake up about midnight. And my fucking head was pounding, and everybody was asleep. And so I went in the kitchen, and I made me a cup of coffee, and I'm just looking at my phone, and I'm all boom, 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 right? So I took a couple ibuprofen, and I opened the blinds. I opened up the window just so it calms me just to hear and smell the outside, even though it was muggy. But yeah, I had to get up and get my blood flowing, because, I was just like real stagnant. And I went in the backyard and filled the dog's water. And I walked in the garage, and I'm like, I really, really want to get this bar done.
Well, you knew we were coming over the next day, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't really have a fucking plan. So I grabbed my little notepad and grabbed a pen, and I just sat at the kitchen table, and I was just laying there and just kind of drafting shit out. And went out the garage, make some measurements, and then came back inside. The the idea for the size of it came from this little section of counter.
The island.
No, it's not. But it's not an island. It's to the left of the sink. It's some counter space that has our dishwasher. And I'm like, this is actually the right size. This is kind of what I'm going for. So like it was that much deep and this much wide and that much, and I just kind of measured. I'm like, I can make something work. And then you have to take in the account the actual size of the 2x4s you're using and the size of the supposed 1x5s or 5x1s that they gave us that weren't 1x5s or 5x1s. They shorted us a little bit, so we had to like make it work.
The 1-ish by 5-ishes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. So anyway, I'm just sitting there and I'm making, little notes, and then I try to make it like a real illustration, like you fold up those instructions that nobody ever looks at, or are wrong like 80% of the time. So, but yeah, I did that for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and I had it in my mind, but it didn't 100% come out like the way it did, but it really came together, and we did our shit. You can see it on the last episode. From the framing to the shelving to the outsides, and then Bob brought the top. It was really not what I was thinking about, but it came together really good because I painted it today.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
Did you have a picture by chance?
I don't, because here's the thing. I want to do a few more things.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to do step by step, and I'm going to send
we'll
it
get
to
to
you.
it then, yeah.
Because I still want to put casters. My wife had a good idea. I was like, are you going to put wheels on the bottom so you can move it? And I was thinking, we could just use a dolly. But then I was like, you know what? I think I will. It will come in handy. So I ordered some casters. We're going to put 4 casters on the bottom, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then I got some decor that I want to put on it, and I have some lighting. I'm gonna make it electrical. I'm gonna make a little hole for the electricity. I'm gonna have little dingleberry balls.
I was like,
light
I'm not
balls.
going to that bar.
But I want the inside, like the shelving, to be lit up, and it's gonna look cool at night because we put those pickets together, and they're not perfect, and they're still gonna have some. So you'll see those lights on the outside.
It's going to be terminal.
It's gonna be real fucking terminal. And then I got bar mats because I did sand the top quite a bit, but it's like this. The wood Bob brought over. I mean, I don't know if he had it up his ass like for 24 hours because I think it was like weather warped or something.
Thanks for the wood, by the way, Bob.
Yeah, thanks for the wood, Bob. He probably stole it from work, but it came together, right? And so I sanded the fuck out of it. I threw that fucking Indian corn on that bitch. Indian corn meaning the color of the paint. And it really kind of brought everything together.
Mario's like, you mean burgundy?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's all it was.
No, you know what? I'm looking at it's not really burgundy because I did find some spray paint.
Potato, tomato.
No, it really is because I actually found burgundy spray paint that I had. I'm like, this is burgundy because I remember him saying that. But this is more of like like, you ever eat something like a lot of red stuff and then you fucking shit splatter in the back of the toilet? It kind of looks like that.
It's like Cleveland Indian red.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But it's Indian something.
So I woke up, was it Sunday morning after Mario's party, and I got a text from JP. It was like in the middle of, I woke up in the middle of the night also because I was like, fucking had to walk downstairs and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I was kind of buzzed. I locked the truck, so I had to walk out, go check and make sure I did it and stuff. Walk back in. I look at my phone and fucking JP's like, I had a vision. And for me, I didn't picture anything he just described. We didn't have this conversation by the way. And so, my first thought was this dude woke up in the middle of the night. I don't use stupor enough, but in a drunken stupor, he was already kind of like half buzzed, half sober. And then he went like full fucking Wednesday Addams, just fucking looked straight up and then started drawing some shit. And then we ended up with the bar.
It was almost like that.
That's what I figured, dude. I mean, that's what I saw in my mind when I was like, oh, JP just fucking sketched us out. Like he blacked out, looked up and fucking sketched out a bar. And then we came over there and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. And then I had went back to sleep at 6 a.m. and woke up at about 10:30, almost 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up and I was like a zombie and I walked over to Babe and she was on her computer. She was messing with her shit. And I'm like, did anybody call about today? And she goes, no, I'll do the group chat or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I think I messaged you and
Yeah.
the boys
Yeah.
asked if you guys had acetone, right? Because
I just responded, you have an ass tone.
I know I have some brushes I had used, and I tried to clean them, but they were stiff as fuck. And I was like, I don't have any paint thinner. But then I found some acetone. Anyway, so I was able to take care of that, and I forgot where I was going with this.
I didn't even say nothing.
Well, bus pass.
Anyway, so like Jaws, probably best movie ever.
Yeah. It was directed by a Jew.
No, you were talking about needing acetone. You had text us and all that stuff.
So I just decided, you know what? They're going to come over at some point. I just sent out like a whatever. I'm going to go out there and start cutting pieces. So I at least wanted to have that out of the way. I had my measurements. If they were to show up, we can all build it together. So I went out and started cutting my pieces, and it wasn't 100% correct on all of them, but I had enough material where, even the little fuck up ones, I was able to do a redo or whatever. But I had all the pieces, and I was able to check the framing. I'm like, okay, the framing is going to work. And by the time I got the top or bottom, whichever you want to call it, he had showed up with his fucking camera.
I was like, no one's going to mind.
Babe's like just cleaning up, and she's like, what the hell? That was funny. But yeah, it turned out to be a really good day, man. And we had fun, right?
I know, I did.
But here's another thing. The first thing I did, went out there and I was moving some stuff, and I was like, I got to kind of clean my work area and make sure at least I have everything I need. And I was like, fuck all that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. Let me just have a nice little work spot and everything I need. So I was doing that. So I went to go move something. I can't remember what it was, but I hurt my back like within the first 5 minutes of being in the fucking garage. So it was just a minor tweak, but it was enough to where everything else was compensating. So I was sitting down a lot.
Oh, that was a good start. Huh?
Yeah. So that kind of sucked. So like when he showed up, I'm working on this, but I had to sit down because like just bending over and, doing certain things. I'm glad he showed up because, I would have put it away for another day if nobody showed up.
No, we had talked about it. I committed to it, dude. I was like, I'm going to go over there. We're going to fucking build this motherfucker. And, my whole idea too was, let's practice this. I mean, we didn't have to put anything online or nothing, but, when I went through, try to edit everything, put it out there, try to come up with something.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, fuck it.
And the cool thing was, I knew Mario really didn't want to contribute. He just wanted to sit there and drink. It was
It's his birthday, man.
birthday mode.
Yeah.
But he did contribute a little bit. He threw up a couple pieces, and Bob came, and he was like a fucking ooga booga on fucking cocaine.
Well, Bob was like at work. He heard me and you just talking through a podcast. He's like, all right. Sorry, Bob. Like it was a fucking just regular day at the job or whatever.
Yeah. But he showed up, and then, everybody did a part in it. So that thing's going to have, and it's going to last the test of time, too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Especially once I get it all decorated and stuff. We're going to roll it out for every party, and all of us are going to look at that and go like this. We did that. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like one of those projects. So
Oh, yeah, man.
it's going to look cool. And it's going to match my backyard because I'm kind of getting that Indian corn theme all over the fucking place. So I do have one more project, but that's something I'm just going to do by myself. It's going to be something real simple.
But it was mentioned on the last episode, so you're going to have to watch that to know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Card table and dominoes. It's going to be like a game table. It's going to be...
Well, you don't have to watch it now. He just fucking told you. There you go.
Better fucking watch it.
No, card table. Anyway, yeah, no, good times, man. It was nice just going over there, bullshitting, doing our fucking thing, doing what we do normally.
Mm-hmm.
A couple extra days of it. Looking forward to it. It really kind of, I think you mentioned it. Shit's just coming together.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday you mentioned it out there. We're sitting out there all fucking heat stroke.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think I got a little heat illness. I think that's why I feel the way I feel.
No, I definitely did, dude. I felt like shit afterwards. It was really fucking hot. I don't know why I thought it would be a great idea to sit way in the fucking back of your fucking
there
garage.
was like no breeze.
No breeze, no nothing, dude. And I was like, I just need more beer to hydrate. And I realized I'm fucking doing the opposite.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, it got done. We got it done. Everything looked good. Everyone fucking helped. Again, the company, everyone just kind of bullshitting, and it came together, dude.
Yep. Yeah.
But,
So we got to do that again at some point. Maybe we should just like go. I don't know. Once in a while, just start making those and
yeah,
then sell them on Marketplace.
yeah. You guys want a drunk bar?
But I don't want to show you guys the anything until it's all finished, so you can see what I'm talking about. But like it came together fairly well, and it's nice and solid.
Well, the last episode that we did that came out today had a picture of us standing in front of kind of what it's going to be like. But yeah,
It's rough.
It'll be
now.
more.
That picture is just rough. It's just it was thrown together.
Yeah, not completed.
It was incomplete. So kind of like my fence in the back, and Paul was like, "Oh."
That was funny though. So anyway, more on the podcast. I have a little something. Let me get out a story, kind of an announcement / story. And it got me kind of thinking about stuff. We had been talking about, the whole YouTube versus Spotify and whatnot, and what people are normally going to now. And it seems like more YouTube than Spotify, which is cool. Whatever your preference is, we just appreciate you watching, listening, subscribing, making your comments and whatnot. And so, I don't care if you want to fucking watch a smoke signal, we'll do that for you, as long as you're enjoying what we're doing. And so I had contacted JP, probably about a week ago now, and we're talking about, hey, can you get me all the, there was 24 episodes that were audio only, and then 25 was like the very first video that we did. It was very crude, but we're like, fuck it, let's throw it out there. We want to, start video. It can only get better from here, and it kind of has. Mm-hmm. And so what I was looking at was, kind of got me thinking a little bit. It was like probably, I don't know, maybe 20 plus years ago. It was kind of like a random thought. I was like, I remember George Lucas coming out and, he was like, the technology back in 1977, we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. And then they ended up, special effects weren't that special back then. And, now they're way more improved, and we can do all kinds of extra shit and whatever. And, they added that cantina scene. They had a little extra song going on in there. They did some other stuff, replaced some people. Put some better visual effects or whatever. And so I was like, well, shit. If George Lucas can do it, I know I can't because I'm not George Lucas.
You're going to have me replaced?
You're going to actually be a Wookiee. There you go. See, you're already halfway there, bro. And so it got me thinking, it's like, well, first, if, we actually do decide to cut the cord on the Spotify version of it, if nobody cares, I'd like to have all the audio version back over to YouTube. So those other 24 episodes, my thought process was every time we put out an episode, I would just add one extra and still number it whatever it was on Spotify. So number 1 would come out with whatever the current episode was, number 2 with the also current, and try to remaster everything. Now we have a little bit better technology. I can kind of cut out some of the background noise, some of the hum, the echo, whatever, that was kind of creating the bad sound.
Yeah, we had a lot of those issues.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of little things that were coming up that now I can kind of filter out a little bit better with the equipment that we have. And so I was kind of hoping to, hopefully here in the near future, just kind of get that out there for everybody.
Well, thanks for reminding me, because I did get that flash drive, the one with heavy duty gigabytes.
Yeah.
I had it show up at my house, so I just need to take I had saved pretty much all of them. I'm pretty sure I saved all of them.
Well, I think there might have been a couple that I did towards the end.
Possibly. Well, whatever I have on my Google Drive, I'll just slap on there and give them to you and let you go to work on it.
Yeah. I want to try to clean them up, put them back out there. You guys get to, if you have time, if you're bored, kind of where it started or whatever. And, earlier I did mention Terminal. This is probably, some people have not been listening completely from the very beginning or whatever, or haven't gone back. Some of them are really rough to listen to just because of the audio and stuff. And then, it's the same level of dumb between me and this guy. That's not going to change. But the quality of it was kind of up and down, and now we can try to fix stuff. But the what do you call it? Yeah, the whole thing with Terminal. You'll have to go back and listen to one of those remastered episodes when they are out, and you'll understand what I was talking about. What else you got, man?
I got nothing. I just figured who we talk about this past weekend. And yeah, it's like.
Well, I saw you most of the weekend, so it's not like we had something separate we were going to talk about.
Yeah, I really didn't have much to talk about except for what had happened the last 3 days. I could tell you one thing that's kind of happened. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I hate doing this, but there was an incident. I guess on Friday there had been a report that one of the staff members may have been a little rough with my son, Roman.
Oh, shit, okay.
So he is autistic, nonverbal, for you that don't know. He's special education, obviously. And I don't know the entire story yet, and neither did my ex-wife. She didn't know anything, but she was going to raise hell today at school because I guess she had gotten a call just before 5 o'clock on Friday. Mm-hmm. Well, she works. When she does, she's not answering phones until after 5 o'clock. And so she gets this message, and it's from the vice principal of Fresno High. And she sounded kind of irritable or whatever, and said that there had been an incident where somebody was a little rough with Roman getting on the bus. And now this is, I didn't really want to speak on it because I don't have the whole story yet, but this is kind of a teaser because I'll get the rest of the story at some point and just, fill you in. But so she kind of left a kind of vague message. Well, my ex-wife called back immediately and wasn't getting through to anybody. Just kept calling. And it's like, she's like, okay, well, she checked Roman. Roman looks fine. You know what I mean? He's not. He's acting normal. He doesn't have any bruises or cuts or anything. So she's like, well, whatever. So she's doing her own thing on the weekend, and she's gone on Sunday. And I can't remember where she said she was, but she was out and about. And her brother Ray, who lives with her, had called her and said, "Hey, there's a officer here, police department, PD welfare officer." Doing a welfare check for Roman. And she's like, what? So I guess what happened was they didn't have any further communication other than that initial call from the vice principal. And she's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just talk to somebody on Monday. Well, they went ahead on their part, probably to cover their fucking ass. And, and PD, nobody's communicating. They're going to make sure that he's not getting his ass whooped at home. And so, rightfully so, my ex got very offended by that. I'm like, really? It's like, we haven't had a conversation yet. I called you back as soon as I was able to. Anyway, so she called me and told me, put me in the loop and said, look, I'm pissed off. I'm going to go there. I'm going to raise hell on Monday. And just so you know, I wanted you to be a part of it. And I'm just like, okay, well, get all your ducks in a row, figure it out, and then let me know. Well, I didn't hear anything today. So I'm anxious to find out, what happened, because I get Roman tomorrow. And I'm not really too worried about it. If somebody did something, they're probably going to get in trouble, right? They're either going to lose their job or, somebody's head's going to roll. So I wasn't like, as long as my son didn't get his head kicked in or, bit or punched or knocked out, he's fine. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, we'll get to the bottom of it, whatever. So there's probably more to the story than she was able to, put together. So she might have got to the bottom of it today, but I haven't heard from her as of yet. So, and one of the things I thought of, Roman doesn't like to be touched. Okay. So, and sometimes he kind of goes off on his own. So he'll go walking off and it's like somebody will grab his arm and pull him back. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like that. So he'll fling his arms like, get your shit off me. That happens a lot. And so somebody that doesn't know any better could see that and it could get misconstrued. So just plain devil's advocate. You know, there's other sides to
Yeah.
the story, and we don't have the whole story.
And it's easy to go to worst case scenario right away.
Right. But I understand my ex
Yeah.
getting upset. Like, don't move that ball. Don't move the process until we actually
Yeah.
communicate. Because nobody else tried to call her. Like PD, if they were notified, they should have notified her, not show up at the house, make it seem like she's got some kind of fucked up parent.
I didn't even mean her. I just meant generally speaking.
No,
Like,
no,
it's
I know.
easy to do that. Yeah.
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 Absolutely. So I think all the way around, somebody dropped the ball on any kind of communication, and with that comes, more chaos. So I have a feeling, because I haven't heard from her, that they kind of worked it out and figured it out, and she was probably like, I'll just tell them on Tuesday. It was all a misunderstanding or whatever. So, but it kind of had me worried, because that was his first week of school, by the way. And I was already stressed out and worried about him, and I was more worried about the kids, because kids are fucking cruel,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and he's like still kind of a baby mind, and he's in a grown up kid setting, and so I worry about his well being, and I'm not worried about fucking staff, but I hear something like this, I'm like, come on, seriously? But I think there's more to the story, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we'll
get an
find
update.
out.
Yeah. Let's kind of anxious to hear what happened there. Yeah.
Let you know
but-
next week.
Well, the thing too, though, the positive part of all this is that he looked fine.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing. So I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen him since Thursday either. So,
No,
I mean, I've noticed
From
him.
what you've been told, though.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Right on, man.
Anyway, but that's all I got, man.
Actually, I had a little something that was kind of weird. It was kind of funny, because it has to do with government work. And I mean, pretty soon you'll more likely, be back into a government job here. And, prior you were, working for the city also. So, it's that whole thing where, you hear it all the time. They talk about Caltrans, the one person working, everybody else watching, and how, dumb or lazy or whatever, government workers can be or whatever. And then, you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or how stupid things are, how much waste or whatever. And I know it wasn't like a big deal or nothing. And, I'm not going to say any names or anything. I know some people at work listen. But, this is actually like a real story of what happened. I normally don't mention work a lot or whatever, and I'm not calling anybody out on this or nothing. I just, I had a thing that came up the other day because, for whatever reason, we have to go on, log in to our computer, and then there's like some fucking site that we go to, and you have to enter your times for your time card or whatever. So if you take a day off, like, oh, hey, I was off on Tuesday, August, whatever. You put 8 hours and you put the type of, leave that you took or whatever. And then it's a little redundant. I don't know exactly why we do this, but I mean, I'm just going to assume that there's an actual reason and not just, plain stupidity, which I'm leaning towards that at this point right now because it's kind of fucking dumb. But we do a paper time card that just pretty much reflects the same fucking thing. And for the amount of time I've been in Madera County, it's just a little spreadsheet thing that you enter your day, 8 hours vacation, whatever, 2 hours of sick leave, whenever. And so I never realized because, we weren't really taught this. We were just told, hey, you put your times that you're going to be off. And at the very top, it says regular, like, worked hours or whatever. I thought that this thing was just for like a, reporting when you're not going to be there. So we had a person come over and they're like, hey, in the future, can you put 8 hours worked? And then, if you took you take a day off or whatever, you put, 8 hours off. Or, if you had 6 hours, you left a couple hours early, just put vacation. And I got to thinking about it. And I'm like, well, I mean, what other options are there? I mean, it's like a fucking 50-50 chance. If I'm telling you that, I granted Saturday and Sunday, I'm not there, so I'm not going to put any times for Saturday and Sunday. But it was just this whole idea that like somebody didn't get it. Like it fucking kind of bothered me, dude, because for me, I like to make sense, and just make things simple, It was kind of funny. It was kind of dumb at the same time. And then I kind of understand why people are like, oh, government employees are so fucking dumb or whatever. And I get it. This was stupid. Either I'm telling you that I'm not there, and the other option is, well, guess what? I'm fucking there, right? So this all kind of came about, and I'm asking my supervisor, and he's like, hey, the new people that just came on, I just trained them to do what we've been doing the entire fucking time. I'm like, well, yeah, and then this person comes around and they're like, hey, you gotta do this way now. I'm like, what happened? Did we fucking throw you off? Are we tricking you? It's just kind of a weird situation, dude, where I'm like, I don't know how this makes any sense that you have to put when you're there, but you also have to put when you're off. What do you think, dude? I mean, is it just like busy work for somebody, or how does that,
No, this person making the change are obviously somebody with importance.
No,
Like, are they policy changers or?
No, it's just the idea that 6 years has been this, and then all of a sudden, the same person that's been dealing with it has been dealing with it, and then now we have a fucking change for whatever reason.
Well, what I'm saying is the actual change that came about, like, who did it and why? Like, what was the reasoning behind the change? It's like, if something's not broke, why fix it?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just wondering why the change. What it wasn't clear enough, or whatever. Because usually when shit like that happens, it's like a trickle down effect of confusion, right? Because you have the old timers. Well, I've been doing it this long for blah, blah, blah. And then you have somebody else. Okay, so what am I doing? You throw fucking a wrench in, the whatever the term is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like things kind of go tangent off. That miscommunications, like, if there are changes, it should be relayed to everybody. And then, because if I'm used to, okay, something changes, we're going to have a little meeting on it. This is what you're doing now. Not just like throw it out there and, rely on word of mouth, because shit like that happens. That bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude, it's like I've gotten paid right for the past fucking 7 years. I don't know what happened that all of a sudden it just fucking changed today or whatever. I mean, it was to the point where, like, the new people that came on, my supervisor made a little fucking training thing for them, and it said exactly do what we've been doing. And so, like, I don't know, maybe you're, well, there's a possibility that something happened.
But it should be relayed, right?
Yeah, you would think so, but it's like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, Monday through Friday, that's normal work schedule for most people. If I'm not at work, then I'm telling you I'm gone, right? On this paper. The other thing too is we're already doing this online where it has all the hours of work. And then you're just telling them, oh, no, I need this day off because I'm using sick leave or I'm using vacation. You put your hours, you put whatever.
Yeah.
So it's already, we're doubling up.
Well, I mean, if you see 32 and it isn't 40 and you usually work 40, oh, he took a day off.
Yeah.
I can take the redundancy. I don't mind the redundancy. Yeah. But if something has changed and it's got to be done different and it's got to be better clarified for somebody, obviously you're going to have some confusion if people are used to doing it a certain way and it's not the same the next day. So,
yeah, it's just weird after like 7 years it became wrong. But there's really no other reason.
And it's probably one stupid asshole.
I mean, I'm not gonna be the one to say it.
I can.
Yeah.
Stupid asshole. Anyway.
Well, it's kind of funny because, like, there's almost no reason where you can't fill in the fucking blanks. I went over and I was talking to a few people and I'm like, hey, check this out, man. You've been to Denny's, right? And you got your kid with you or whatever, if you have kids or whatever. At least you've seen the fucking kids menu. You get like 3 or 4 crayons or whatever. They're, whatever random colors. And they put the fucking menu right there for the kids. It also has like a tic-tac-toe and a couple other things. And it has like this thing that's like fucking numbered 1 to like 30. And even though you didn't get from fucking 1 to 30, you can still see it looks like a fucking dog, right? That's our time card. You still know it's a fucking dog. Here's the thing. You know that I'm normally here, and when I'm not, I'm telling you what I'm not. I'm like, I started looking at this fucking spreadsheet time card. I'm like, hey, where's the box for win the lottery? So that way I don't have to fucking be here no more. Yeah, that's how fucking stupid it got, dude. I was just like, oh, man. come on, you guys, this is government work. Like we're supposed to be a little bit smarter than that.
Government.
And this is the reason people look down on what we do. Because if you knew what was happening over there, you know, it's like you're like, what the fuck? Like somebody couldn't figure out. I was gonna print out a cheat sheet to put over in my cubicle and be like, you know, if I'm telling you I'm not here, well, if I'm not telling you I'm not here, that means I'm here. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of the key. But yeah, I don't know.
There's got to be a better way to. Well, not that I'm trying to change your shit again. I'm just saying there's got to be a better way. Like I remember when I was in the city.
This guy gets a fucking D2 and just wants to change everything.
Yeah, I fucking know everything, and I'm fucking on top of the world.
I mean,
excuse me, T2, D2, dual certified.
Oh shit!
Thank you.
I left one out.
Anyway, make some noise. But yeah, I just remember, you know, I have a kind of a funny story about timesheets. You know, you ever have one of those bosses, and this guy, I liked him. I really did. I liked this guy, but he was really smart. And in all honesty, I think he's head of the DPU now, if I'm not mistaken. But he was my supervisor at the time. I used to have this thing where, okay, look, I was one of the guys that worked, I was the only guy that worked nights. I was like administrative assistant on wheels, pretty much. I was the guy that was driving the swing shift to assess leaks, right? And I would like make notations and say, okay, no, this one can wait till tomorrow, or no, this one's got to be done right away. I'm calling the on-call supervisor, send a crew out, you know, shit like that. But I felt the need to heavily document everything. And so what I would do is kill two birds with one stone. We had paper time cards, and you would put the date, where, you know, the address, and then what's the situation. Well, sometimes I would come in with like fucking 10 pieces of paper and I'd staple them together. And so what happened was people were like, God, this is a lot of information. Well, yeah, it's not like I'm going out there fixing a curb stop or I'm fixing a hydrant, and that's basically like keeping it vague. No, I have to assess the situation. If I talk to anybody, you know, it was like I wanted to just document it, right? So this boss had told me at one point, it's like, man, you know, the accounting girls are like overwhelmed with your timesheet. And I'm like, well, I don't know what else to do. Like I'm trying to keep because there had been situations where something had come up. And because this guy kept a journal, which is admissible in court, right? It covered his ass, it covered the city's ass, and it saved them from a lot of money because he had documented a situation, whatever the case may be, where the client, not customer, whatever you want to call it, was like, oh no, they did this and this and that. Well, not according to my notes, and it's cross-referenced with the shit that was done. So in remembering that, it's like I'm the only guy working for the City of Fresno Water Division at that particular time. It's a lot of pressure because I get a lot of after-hours complaints, right? So I started keeping my journal. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm putting it on my fucking timesheet. That way they know when I was there, what I did, who I talked to, blah, blah, blah. So I had a whole stack. And so then at some point my boss called me and says, okay, this is a lot. You got to cut it down a little bit. Because you know me, I write like I talk. So you can imagine. So, and it was all because of the accounting girls. And then I was like, okay, all right, fine. I'll cut it short. So it wasn't too much longer after that. People were like, okay, well, a situation came up with this and this. Well, what happened there? I'm like, well, you know, if I was able to document, like I used to, you would know. Because right now it's just some vague report, right? I got nothing to tell you. I don't know. I was at that address. I was at fucking 50 addresses that day. You know, it says I did this. I didn't. Well, did you talk to anybody? I don't know. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. And I went in and I talked to accounting. Because I'm a communicator. I'm fucking not just covering my ass. I want everybody to be on the same fucking playing field. I told my boss, I'm going back to the old ways of doing it. I go to accounting. This is why I do it. Well, lo and behold, fucking like maybe 2 months later, they're taking me off swing shift and they put me on something else. It wasn't because, okay, this guy's being defiant and all that stuff up. They were actually changing, they were changing shit around, like the supervisors and territory and stuff like that. They actually had a fucking draft where they picked their own players or, personnel. And so I got moved. So I got moved to day shift, but it had come up like maybe a year or so later.
JP went on the second round.
Yeah. No, I doubt it. I think it was probably one of the last people picked.
Or Brock Purdy.
But my old timesheets came to play when something happened. And when you know it, it happened to be one of those nights that were like fucking, the timesheets were like 10 or 11 sheets thick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Did I get any fucking pat on the back? No, I didn't. Nothing. It was like, oh, well, that's a good thing. JP said this and this and that happened. Fucking A, it did, because my GPS kind of, coincided with it. And so it saved the city fucking a headache. And, there was a reason I did that. So the boss that I had, he actually called me in. He was like, and I didn't expect it. He's like, I see why you did it. I'm sorry. I know I switched you up and whatever. I'm like, it's all fucking water under the bridge now. It's like I'm working on a crew. And
it was all backhanded. He was like, "Hey man, I'm glad you had OCD."
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
and I
dude.
did when it came to something like that, because that was back when I took real pride in my work. Later on down the line, I was getting complacent. I was like, I'm getting burnout, and I just didn't care for the place anymore, and that's why I ended up fucking leaving.
All your reports are, I might have been there.
But I think that was when they complained about me writing too much. I think that was like, what the fuck am I caring for this for?
Yeah.
If nobody else is caring for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So the timesheet thing, it's like I just believe in being thorough. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I said I don't mind the redundancy, but there's got to be a level of communication. And
I don't mind being thorough because of what I do. I have to be thorough.
Mm-hmm.
I also like to make sense. That's all. But, when it doesn't, and it's like it's already on one page here, but it's the exact same thing on the other, which is redundant, which is fine. I get one of them, you're actually signing off on it.
That was another thing.
You're
signing off on it.
You're saying this is exactly what you're doing. So, like, if people are, and I'm not saying people do this, and I hope people don't, and it's kind of on the honor system, but, like, if you don't put your times off correctly or whatever, you're stealing time at that point. And, we do sign our name on one of them, so I understand the paper copy for that reason. That being said, I'm trusted with a lot of other stuff that's a lot bigger deal than, maybe a half hour of time. So, yeah, that's like, well, which one do you want to pick? You want me to do this work over here, which you trust me to go out there and, deal with certain things. But then you're like, well, I don't know. Was that a half hour? So, there's that. I just think sometimes people come up with shit because it's like, it'd be cool. And I'm not even sure it came from anybody else. And, I'm not going to say no names. It's just kind of silly sometimes. It doesn't seem like it makes any sense. And maybe I'm the one that's wrong here. I'll say that. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I don't know everything behind what, created a change from like 7 years of this. But somehow I got managed to be paid right the entire time. And then now it's just like, oh, no, I need to know this now. So that's why I have difficulties with it, because it's like, who are you really doing this for? Like, if you can't fucking figure out, if I'm telling you I'm gone, that means I'm not here. But if I'm not telling you that I'm gone, that means I'm here.
Yeah.
At least Monday through Friday. You know my fucking schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know, a part of that is because that's why I asked who fucking made the change, because the experience over at Trillium Flow, I worked there. It's a good company. I made good money there. And the thing was, in the 3 years I worked there, I had like fucking 6 different bosses. Things were always changing constantly, and it's like the corporate the corporate aspect of it. They would send some kind of fucking advisor or some fucking third party person over to oversee this and that and this. Every time they threw somebody in there, they had these bright ideas. Some of them were like these kids fresh out of college.
oh yeah,
Where they just fucking know everything. They're like, oh, we're just gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Like no applications of let's see what works. It's always like, I got this great idea. We're gonna do this, and it just totally. It's like you put like all these fucking china and dishes on the table, and you're like. You know what I mean?
what's that called in sports that they use now when they're like, the probability of shit, and they fucking tell you like what should happen or what they should do. What's that called?
I don't know.
They talk about it. You watch football, you watch baseball. They're like, okay, yeah, this is what should be the next move or whatever.
Okay, like probability, statistics, fucking actuary type shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
There's yeah, no, they. I can't think of the word. I know I'm gonna fucking remember later on tonight. I'll be laying in bed, fucking sound asleep, and the
Bus
next
pass.
thing I do, dude, I'll just fucking sit up, like straight up Undertaker sit up, and I'll be like, blah, and that's the fucking word. And I'll text you tonight. Don't worry, because I know
That's
your
fine.
ass will be up anyway.
That's fine. Hopefully by the time you post this, you can put it up there, like a subtitle or something.
Yeah,
Real quick.
it'll be the name of the fucking episode.
Yeah. Blah.
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of Trillium, I went through a lot of fucking bullshit, different bosses and stuff, and the changes, and I had to just kind of roll with the punches. So I don't want to call him my son-in-law because he's not married to Trinity, but my daughter Trinity's boyfriend, Zaire, my grandson's father,
Baby daddy in law.
baby daddy in law. He lives with us, right? Zaire, Trinity, and little baby Sebastian live with us. But he actually got into Trillium, but as a temporary worker. And I was telling him, dude, do this, and that.
Man, I'll take anybody.
And seriously,
No, I'm just kidding.
And so they, he's got people over there we know that's kind of grooming him to do the right thing. You got Mario's boys. You got Marciano and Sebastian or Michael is over there. Brian works there. And so, I'm trying to give him advice like, hey, make sure you do this and that. And I've been telling him.
Brian who?
Robles.
Oh, really?
The gnome. Yeah, he
Oh,
works there.
I didn't
I
know
got
that.
him the job over there.
Oh, okay.
He got Marciano and Michael over there.
Okay.
And then they got Zaire in. So it's like they owe me everything. But anyway, so I've been
Wait,
telling
how'd
him,
you get there?
I got there myself. I'm a bad dude. My resume got me in. I didn't know anybody there. But what's funny is me and Mark started on the same day. But he got hired as a temp and I was a permanent. But we started on the same day. And we even went through the whole fucking process of a new employee at the same time. But anyway, getting off track here.
That never happens.
I told Zaire, keep your nose to the grind. Do what you're doing. Don't, because he's fucking, if you don't wake him up, he won't get up. He'll be late. And so my wife and I have been on. I'm like, all right, it's time to get up. Come on, let's go. And I told him, dude, don't miss a fucking day because they will fire you. They're looking for ways to fire you. And so he got hired permanent day. He hasn't missed a fucking day. So he got hired permanent, which means he's going to get benefits and he's going to get time off. And it might have started to accrue.
How long has he been there?
Fuck. It's been a few. I think he's been there almost as long as we've been at the house. So maybe about
14 years.
5 or 6 months.
I was going to go with that too.
Yeah. So he's put in his time and he knows what he's doing now. And yeah, they hired him permanent today. So I just want to give him a shout out. He stuck with it and hopefully Because honestly, if he just keeps his nose clean, don't worry about the politics, don't be a big mouth like me that, fights management.
Fights the power.
If he just does what he's told and be a fucking common slave to, the industry, he could be there forever and make good money and make good retirement. So, and he's still young. He's in his 20s. So, I mean, I told him, dude, you can work here the rest of your life. Just hang in there and just do what you're told. Don't worry about all the stupid bullshit.
And then one day you'll move up to Fry's.
Yeah.
Fucking Louis Anderson coming to America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to Zaire. He became Poiminent
Congrats,
today.
man. Yeah.
So,
right on, dude.
yay.
We'll do it right here. Wait, did he subscribe?
I don't know.
You know what? Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding. Congrats, bro.
Anyway, that's all I got. That's the only shout out I'm giving.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to say shout out to everybody else.
Oh, we do have a new listener. Her name's Annette Ochoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hopefully I think she might be a few episodes behind. I think she was going to start from the beginning, but
She's on number 3.
a friend of mine on Facebook, she's going to be at Naomi's party.
Oh, right on.
She wasn't sure if she was going to bring her old man or a friend of hers, but she just wanted to bring she doesn't know anybody.
You got a +1?
Yeah, she got a +1. So yeah, she's listening and she enjoys the show, and let's give her a shout out too.
Well, thanks for watching us.
Thanks, Annette.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't have much else, dude. It was just kind of, I mean, we did a surprise episode. It was even a big surprise for Naomi, apparently. And we had, I do feel
Oh, you know what got
that.
me?
What's that?
We were talking. You were talking shit about her fucking. I don't know. This music was making me sad. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You know what?
Put your fucking
Yeah,
playlist.
what's on your fucking playlist?" She didn't need a microphone. You can hear her.
Yeah, no.
That was hilarious.
I try to edit her out as much as I can because, she didn't have a mic on. And then, too, like, she wasn't really dressed up the way we thought she needed to be for the Ace Night podcast.
She was all barefoot with fucking
Like
nails and
at a
screws on
minimum,
them.
yeah, at least have a Ace Night podcast shirt on if you're going to be on our show. Jeez.
What's funny is she left that little rolling chair in front. Remember? I went, huh, put this right in my... And she saw me. She heard me. She goes, I didn't know you were recording. And I go, I'd rather type shit, babe. And then she get fucking lost it. And she started,
No, save it. You guys got to watch it.
Yeah, just watch it.
Yeah, just watch it.
Anyway, I love when she fucking flies off the handle. She's so fucking adorable when she gets mad. It made me laugh. Sometimes I like to test those waters, but
I'm going to catch shit for sure. I know it, dude. Like, the next time she's a fucking guest over here with us, I can already feel it. Like, this motherfucker.
We'll hopefully she'll come on at some point, and then she can tell her side.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
No, yeah, that was my bad. I mean, I just fucking showed up, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens.
Well, we knew you were coming over.
Well, that, yeah, but I mean, as
And
far
I know
as,
you
like,
had mentioned
recording,
that we were going to record something.
Yeah.
So let's throw some recording, but I caught her off guard, and I totally forgot about it. I was just worried about getting that shit done.
Monday. You want to do Monday?
Monday what?
What are you doing this coming Monday?
Next Monday.
Well, obviously
Oh,
not
yeah.
fucking.
Well, whatever.
Not today.
Well, let me think. What's the date? Is it Memorial Day?
No,
You sure?
I'm positive. Tuesday's the 1st.
Okay. So when's Memorial Day? The
Not-
following weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
So
want to
that'll
go on our
be
road trip?
Probably the 7th.
So you want to do our road trip on Monday?
I was thinking that.
All right. They'll let you take it off. You don't get to put the
Well, no.
proper paperwork.
What do you call it? I've been feeling sick.
Yeah, you look it.
I'm telling you, dude.
In fact,
Yeah,
and when I walked in, I tried to give you money.
yeah, dude. Was it my hair?
If this guy's not sick, he's homeless.
Yeah, no. I was like, well, when I walked outside and tried to wash your windows,
Yeah.
you're like, get away.
All right, so I'm gonna pick you up butt ass early, and we're gonna head out to the coast.
Yeah, we'll head out.
We'll hit a couple spots.
Yeah, no, we're gonna hit. Okay, so here's the difference between what happened this past weekend and what will happen here soon. The problem that I had with some of the editing or whatever, nobody had. I was just meeting with mics, and I did like some of the noise canceling, except for let me see your fucking playlist, and that came through. And so but the other part was like we're gonna record in the vehicle. Hey, thanks for the shirt, though. By the way, I don't know why it's like this. Mine's the only one that's crooked. It's like this. Fuck this guy. And so, what do you call it? Well, no, we'll have more content that's going to be just the two of us driving, and then any stops that we make or whatever, wherever we're at, and we'll fucking make a good day of it, and then fucking head back.
I'll tell you what. I'll drive, and I'll let you, because you frequent that area quite a bit, don't you? So I'll let you be the one that makes the itinerary. This is what I'm thinking. We're going to stop a few places. We're going to eat good. And then maybe hit a couple places on the way out.
Yeah.
I'll probably be you'll probably drive on the way back. I'll probably be exhausted.
Yeah, no, that's fine, dude.
We'll figure
I got it.
out.
Yeah.
But we taking my vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take, I'm going to get an Uber that day. And we'll head out and hit record.
$150.
I know an Indian guy that's going to drive us down. He actually dropped off beer that day. It was edited out, but nice guy.
Always the fucking.
It's only $75 with that guy. He's round trip, but he wants a beer. Anyway.
But yeah, okay. So I'll drive. You be the itinerary guy. And
yeah.
What time are we gonna leave? Probably before people get up.
More than likely.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it later. We're not gonna bore people with all the details.
Yeah. Well, we'll let them figure it out when we have our road trip.
Yeah.
That'll be our next episode.
Yeah. No, we are excited. Hopefully you guys tune in for that one, and we'll go from there.
Oh, just real quick, the whole reason behind it is because I'm decorating my backyard. We're going to American pick, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to find some cool finds, cool stuff to throw up in my backyard to make it look that American pick, patina, rustic look, add to it.
Yeah, no, what do you call it? You're really going to dig those couple of spots that I had picked out in my mind.
I can imagine.
Yeah. No, they're, we'll work out the details because I don't want to leave so early that stuff isn't open when we try to get there.
When a year ago, pretty much a year ago last year, I had got this job that it turned out not to be. It was cool. I met some cool people, but it turned out to be something I wasn't really made for. And the traveling was just too much. Otherwise, it would have been a great job if it was local. But I would have been doing too much travel, and I just can't be away from my family that much. But the experience of the training was really cool, and I stayed at this Airbnb. And in a previous episode a year ago, I had talked about
there's an audio version that will come back around.
Yeah, we'll come back around. But I just want to say that the whole time I had brought my Fire Stick and I had fucking American Pickers on there 24/7. Like, that's all I watched. And it's like, it was one of my favorite shows of all time. I love those two guys. They're not, totally unlike us, a couple nerds in certain aspects. Mm-hmm. And then ones that just kind of joke around with each other. It's like, I like that camaraderie and how that show kind of went out and just met different people. I don't give a shit too much about the people, but the stuff is really cool. Like, I love, like, cool stuff like that. I wish I had the money to buy shit that looked like junk.
Yeah, right? For whatever reason, it's the most expensive.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm not that much of an expert, but I know what looks cool, and that's what I'm going for. And a lot of that look, the patina, fucking old, distressed look, I love that. So that's what we're going to be looking for.
Right on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that will be the episode after this.
60?
That one, because this was 59. So that'll be episode 60. Given the amount of footage we're going to end up having for that episode, it might be maybe a day or two later.
Yeah.
So just if you're watching this one, it might not be a Wednesday. These episodes where we record a bunch of shit and then I have to cut it down to, a good chunk of time. I mean, I don't mind having a 2 hour, 2.5 hour, even 3 hour episode involved or whatever.
I know you should. I mean, you should just take your time with it.
Yeah, no, I want
it'll
it to
be
be
up
good.
when it's up. God damn it.
Well, the other thing I was thinking too is if we have enough footage, we can do a part 1 and part 2 for the following week.
That would be cool too. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Well,
and then by then we'll have something to talk about.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So,
It's
all
like,
right, man.
Anyway, I got fired. They fucking heard the episode about the fucking time cards. They're like, you don't need a fucking time card now. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm like fully employed by then.
Yeah.
But,
JP will be employed, and I'm like, I'm driving Uber. It's just fucking. Either way. All right, man.
all right, guys. It's been fun. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. This is the Ace 9 Podcast.
Out.